Chapter 1, The Fantasy versus Reality. Let's cut through the BS. The fantasy you have about making it is complete, well, garbage. If you think you're just going to drop a few songs, post a couple of fire Instagram pics, and wait for the label to slide into your DMs, wake up. That's a pipe dream. The truth is, no one cares about your music unless you make them care. And that doesn't happen by accident. That stuff takes years of grinding, hustling, and fighting your tail off for every ounce of attention. Let's talk about myths. Every indie artist at some point believes the same stupid thing. If I just make a banger, they'll notice me. If you're thinking that, you're already on the wrong path. It doesn't matter how good your music is. If you don't have the work ethic, the consistency, and the balls to push through the grind, you're going nowhere. There are literally millions of other artists out there doing the same thing. What's going to separate you from the rest of the pack? You better be prepared to outwork them all. You want to make it big? You're going to have to go through hell to get there. And guess what? Most of you won't make it. Why? Because you won't do the work, and you'll quit when things get tough. People give up because they don't see results right away, or they're too lazy to keep pushing after a few rejections. Let me tell you something. Nothing comes easy. Nothing. You're not just going to post a few songs and wake up to thousands of followers. It's about playing the long game. It's about pushing out content, building a brand, and getting knocked down only to get back up and keep grinding. Most of you think it's a linear path, right? You put in some work, then boom, success. Nah. The road to success is full of twists, turns, and dead ends. It's messy. You'll drop a track and think it's your best work, but the world won't care. You'll pour hours into your image, and no one will even notice. You'll be lucky to get a like from a stranger. But you know what? That's okay. It's okay because the grind is where the growth happens. If you're not willing to keep going when things look bleak, then you're not cut out for this game. But if you're the type that's going to keep throwing punches no matter how many times you get knocked out, then you've got a shot. This isn't about the quick hit. This isn't about fame. This is about putting in the work when no one is looking. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. Too many of you are caught up in the fantasy of what it's like to be a successful artist. You see the likes, the shows, the deals, and you think, that could be me. Well, newsflash, it could be you, but not in the way you think. You think you can just make a couple of tracks and get famous? Hell no. You need to be busting your butt day after day, grinding every second of the way. And you better be prepared to fall flat on your face time and time again. If you can't handle rejection, if you can't take the constant no's, the ignored emails, the endless nights writing songs no one listens to, you might as well quit right now. Because here's the thing. It's not about your music. It's about how you sell it. You have to hustle to get noticed. There are a million artists out there with better music than yours. The difference between you and them is how hard you're willing to work. They won't tell you this part, but it's the truth. Success is earned with sweat, blood, and tears. And if you're not ready to pay the price, don't even start. Let's talk about the people around you, your friends, family, your so-called supporters. They're not going to be the ones to carry your dream. They'll say they support you, and they'll like your posts when it's convenient. But when it gets tough, when you're struggling to get people to listen, when the money runs out and you've got nothing left but the dream, they won't be there. It's not their fault. They don't get it like you do. You're the one who has to carry this vision. You're the one who has to be your own hype man. If you're waiting for others to believe in you the way you do, you're already behind. You're the only one who can make this happen. So here's what you need to understand. This is your business now. It's not just about making music. It's about building something people want to be a part of. You want to make it? You've got to start treating it like you're running an empire. That means putting in the hours, making the sacrifices, and doing things you hate doing, like cold emailing, networking, and creating a brand that makes people want to invest in you. But here's the coldest truth of all. The industry doesn't care about you. Labels don't care about your backstory, your struggles, or how many nights you stayed up perfecting your track. They care about numbers, streams, followers, views. You can't sit around and wait for the industry to hand you a deal. No one's coming. No one's knocking on your door. You want it? You go take it. So stop with the excuses. Stop thinking someone's going to come save you. No one's coming to rescue you. It's you against the world. So if you're not ready to put in that work, to get dirty, to sacrifice your comfort for your dream, then get out now. But if you are ready, if you're willing to bleed for this, then let's go. Because the moment you accept the reality of this grind is the moment you stop being a wannabe and start being an artist with a real shot. The hard truth. It's not about the moment of success. It's about how much you're willing to give up to get there. It's about how many hours you'll put in without any recognition. It's about proving yourself time and time again. And finally, when it feels like you've hit rock bottom, that's when you push the hardest. If you're not prepared for this kind of grind, then get out of the game. But if you are, welcome to the world of real work. This is the reality, and you've got to face it head on. Every rejection, every failed track, every person who doesn't believe in you, that's just another step toward your success. You'll either rise from this grind or drown in it. The choice is yours. Chapter 2. Consistency is your best friend. Let me tell you something. Talent alone won't cut it. You can have all the skills in the world, all the fire in your music, but if you don't show up every day, you're going to be left in the dust. That's right. Consistency is your best friend. And if you don't treat it like the most important thing in your career, then you're wasting your time. This game isn't about one big hit. It's not about the flash-in-the-pan moment where you get lucky. It's about showing up every day, grinding until it's in your blood, and never, ever letting up. Consistency is more important than talent, hands down. I don't care how sick your flow is or how hard your beat hits. If you're not consistent, you won't last. You can't just drop a fire track and disappear for 6 months. You can't take a break when you get tired or when the world ignores your stuff. If you're not dropping content consistently, if you're not in people's faces every day, you're getting forgotten. And trust me, the moment you're forgotten, someone else is taking your spot. It's that simple. The thing about consistency is this. It's not glamorous, it's not sexy, it's not a look-at-me moment. It's the grind, the behind-the-scenes work that no one sees. It's the late nights writing bars when you feel like no one gives a shit. It's the days when you're getting 0 likes on a post and you're wondering why the heck you're still doing this. But here's the deal. You keep going. You show up even when no one is listening. That's what separates the real from the fake. That's what separates the hustlers from the dreamers. So, let's talk about how to keep going when no one's listening. First off, get this through your head. Nobody cares at first. Not your family, not your friends, not even the people who follow you. They're not going to cheer you on until you've proven yourself, and that takes time. But don't you dare sit there waiting for validation. If you're looking for someone to tell you it's okay, to tell you that you're good enough, you're never going to make it. You've got to build that belief within yourself. You've got to be your own hype man. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? Here's a hard truth. Most people are never going to give you the support you need in the beginning. So what do? You keep creating. You keep pushing your content. You keep putting your music out there even when you're getting no traction. You know what happens when you keep doing that? People start noticing. They might not jump on the first track, but the second, the third, the 10th one, they'll start coming around. Your audience will grow when you stop giving up every time things don't go your way. Small, everyday actions, that's the key. You might not see the results right away, and that's what messes most people up. They think they're supposed to post something and boom, instant success. Nah, man, you have to make the small, consistent moves every single day. Write a new verse, record a demo, make a TikTok, drop a video, answer DMs, talk to fans, post a story. It's the day in, day out stuff that gets you closer to your goals. It's those little victories that over time turn into big wins. The truth is, if you're not doing something every day to push your career forward, you're falling behind. And the worst part, you don't even realize it until it's too late. If you're not grinding every day, you're giving someone else the chance to take your place. Because while you're sleeping, someone else is up writing bars, networking, and building their brand. That's the reality of this stuff. There are no off days in this game. You need to be moving every day, no matter what. But I get it. Sometimes you feel like you're stuck in a loop. You put in the work, you put in the hours, and no one is paying attention. It's frustrating as hell. But you have to keep grinding. You have to keep showing up. Because when you finally break through, when the people who ignored you in the beginning finally start listening, that's when all that hard work pays off. The people who've been with you since day one will respect the grind, and those who didn't will be left in the dust, wondering how they missed it. So stop sitting around waiting for the world to validate you. Start validating yourself. The grind is the game. The small, everyday actions are the play. This is the blueprint for success. Don't stop when it gets tough. Don't stop when no one is listening. Keep showing up every damn day. Keep putting in the work, and the rest will follow. Consistency isn't just your best friend, it's your lifeline. The more you show up, the more you prove to yourself that you're serious. And when you prove it to yourself, you'll prove it to the world. Keep grinding, keep hustling, and make sure you never forget this. The hustle doesn't stop. Chapter 3. The mindset shift you need to survive. Here's the ugly truth. The industry doesn't owe you anything. Not a single thing. You might think that because you've got talent, a great track, or a killer look, someone's going to swoop in and give you a deal. Newsflash, that's not how it works. The industry is cold, and it doesn't care about your dreams. It's a business, and in business, nobody cares about you unless you're profitable. So stop thinking that just because you've got skills, the world is going to roll out the red carpet for you. No one owes you a thing. The sooner you get that through your head, the better. Because once you accept that reality, that's when you can start moving forward. It's not about waiting for a handout, it's about earning your place. No one's going to give it to you, and if you think they will, you're going to be stuck in the same spot for years, wondering why you haven't blown up yet. Let's talk about rejection. It's part of the game. Everyone gets rejected. The artists you look up to, they've been turned down more times than you can count. The difference between them and the ones who quit, they didn't let rejection break them. Rejection is a challenge, but it's part of the grind. It's part of what separates the ones who make it from the ones who fold. So stop letting rejection destroy you. Stop crying over a no or a ghosted email. Let me be clear. If you can't handle rejection, you're in the wrong game. This stuff will break you if you let it. But you have to let rejection fuel you, not cripple you. Every no should make you want to work harder, make you want to prove the world wrong. Don't sit there feeling sorry for yourself. Get up, keep moving, and show them why they made a mistake. Rejection doesn't define you. Your reaction to it does. And here's the truth about failure. It's not just an option. It's inevitable. You will fail, period. You'll drop a track no one cares about. You'll get turned down by labels, managers, promoters. You'll get ignored, ghosted, disrespected. But here's the key. Failure is only failure if you quit. If you keep going, if you keep grinding after every setback, that's not failure, that's resilience. Resilience is what separates the ones who fade into the background from the ones who rise to the top. It's the ability to take punch after punch and still get back up. It's not about being invincible. It's about being, well, relentlessly determined. If you're not willing to get knocked down and get back up every time, then you might as well give up now. The music business doesn't care about how hard you fall. It only cares about how many times you get back up. You need to build the mental toughness to survive in this game. You need to be unbreakable. That means when the rejections come, you shrug them off and move forward. When your track doesn't get the love you think it deserves, you keep working, keep creating. Mental toughness isn't about pretending like the stuff doesn't hurt. It's about pushing through the pain. It's about keeping your head down, focusing on your grind, and never letting the outside world's opinion of you dictate your actions. Building that toughness isn't easy. It's going to feel like shit some days. You're going to question yourself, wonder if you're wasting your time, wonder if this dream is ever going to come true. But here's the thing. Those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that make or break you. If you can push through that doubt, if you can keep fighting when everything feels like it's falling apart, then you've got what it takes. Because this isn't for the weak. It's for the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how hard it gets. So here's your mindset shift. You're not a victim of the industry. You're a survivor. Rejection? Brush it off and keep moving. Failure? Learn from it and keep moving. The world doesn't care about your struggles. It cares about how you bounce back from them. You want to thrive in this game? Then you better get comfortable with pain. You better get comfortable with disappointment. You better get comfortable with the idea that it's going to suck sometimes, and you're going to have to keep going anyway. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's about taking hits and not folding. It's about resilience. It's about proving to yourself that no matter what the world throws at you, you're going to keep going. This is the price you pay if you want to make it in this game. If you're not ready for that, then maybe this life isn't for you. But if you are, if you're ready to survive, to grind, to show the world that you can't be broken, then you're on the right path. Because the truth is, survival isn't about talent. It's about toughness. And if you've got that, you can make it. Chapter 4, the business side you don't want to hear. Here's the harsh reality. You're not just an artist, you're a business. You may have dreams of being the next big thing, of headlining shows and dropping bangers, but if you're not treating this like a business, you're just another broke dreamer. The moment you step into this game, you become an entrepreneur. You're running your own brand, your own empire. You want people to take you seriously? Then start acting like you have something worth investing in. Let's talk about money. Because guess what? You're going to need a lot of it. You think you can just make a few tracks, drop them on SoundCloud, and wait for the dollars to roll in? Wrong. You're going to have to spend money, a lot of money. Promotion, branding, gear, studio time, videos. This stuff adds up quick. The moment you realize that being an artist isn't just about making music is the moment you realize you're going to have to put your wallet where your mouth is. You're going to need top-notch gear. I'm talking microphones, headphones, soundproofing, a decent computer. You'll need quality production software, beat packs, possibly a producer, and even marketing materials like promo videos, artwork, and social media management. And guess what? None of this comes cheap. You think those artists you admire just woke up with a killer setup? Nah, they invested in themselves. They put in the money and they took risks. Now it's your turn. And here's the thing. You can't just throw money at it and expect results. You need to know where to put that money. You need to understand promotion, how to reach your audience, how to market your brand, how to grow your presence. It's not enough to just post a couple of tracks and hope someone notices. You need a strategy. You need a plan to get your music in front of as many eyes and ears as possible. That's where the grind comes in. You've got to be willing to spend your time and your money on the right stuff. It's going to cost you. And if you're not ready to invest in your own success, then maybe you should rethink this whole music thing. Now, let's talk about the industry, the stuff they don't teach you in the How to Be a Star handbook. You need to learn the dirty details. You think a record label is going to give you a deal because you've got heat? They don't give a damn if your song is fire. They care about the business side. They care about contracts, revenue streams, and your numbers. Do you know how to read a contract? Do you understand licensing, publishing, and royalties? If not, you're getting screwed, plain and simple. Learning the ropes of contracts and revenue streams is one of the most important things you can do for your career. You need to know what you're signing, what you're giving away, and how much you're going to get back. The industry will take advantage of you if you don't. Understand these terms. They'll give you a shitty deal and take most of your money. You'll be stuck in a contract for years, locked into something you can't get out of. If you're not paying attention to the details, you're setting yourself up for failure. Educate yourself. Learn the business. If you don't know it, get a lawyer, get a manager, get someone who does. But don't go in blind. You'll get chewed up and spit out. You need to understand where your revenue is coming from. Are you making money off streams, off merchandise, off shows? Do you know how much each stream on Spotify actually pays? Do you understand how publishing works and how to collect royalties? Do you have a plan for getting paid for every single track you drop? If you're not getting paid for every stream, every sync, every placement, then you're losing money. and that's on you. This isn't just about being an artist. It's about understanding how to make your music work for you financially. You're going to have to hustle on all fronts. It's not just about creating music anymore. It's about building a brand. You need to think about your image, your voice, how you present yourself to the world. What's your message? Who's your target audience? What do you want them to feel when they listen to your music? These aren't just questions for your art, they're questions for your business. Every song, every post, every piece of content you put out should be a reflection of your brand. And that brand needs to be consistent. And here's the kicker. The industry doesn't care about how hard you worked on your track. They care about how hard you're working to promote it. They care about how you're building your fan base, how you're interacting with your followers, and how you're hustling every day to get your name out there. They care about how much work you're putting in when the spotlight isn't on you. This is why you have to treat your career like a business, not just a hobby. You're in control. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to hold your hand and show you the ropes. You need to learn the business side of things, the branding, the marketing, the networking. You need to hustle every day to build your brand and grow your following. You need to be the one getting your name out there, because if you're not, someone else is. So don't think that just because you're an artist, you can get away with ignoring the business side of things. You're an entrepreneur. You need to treat this like the business it is. If you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even start. Start investing in your future. Learn the contracts, learn the revenue streams, learn the branding, and run your career like the empire it's meant to be. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in the same spot forever, wondering why things aren't moving. Chapter 5, The Grind That Never Ends. Let me hit you with another cold reality. Success isn't a straight line. If you think it is, you're in for one hell of a rude awakening. This is chaos. It's messy, unpredictable, and it'll break you down if you let it. You'll have highs and lows, days when everything seems like it's falling into place, and days when you feel like you're stuck in quicksand fighting to breathe. But guess what? That's the grind. That's the reality of chasing your dream. The road to success isn't clean. It's a war zone. You have to embrace the chaos, or it'll eat you alive. The hustle never ends. I don't care who you are or where you are in your career. The grind doesn't stop. You're not going to wake up one day and just be done. There's always more work to do. Always. You think the big artists you admire are chilling in luxury after one hit? Nah, they're still working. They're still grinding. They're still showing up every day, and if you don't, you're falling behind. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start slipping. The hustle doesn't stop because success doesn't come easy. It's a constant fight, a battle you're never really done with. And I get it. It's exhausting. There will be days when you want to quit, when you're on the edge, ready to throw in the towel, saying a bad word. You'll get rejected over and over, watch your friends get ahead, while you're stuck in the same spot, hustling harder than ever, and wondering if it's worth it. But let me tell you something. Those are the moments that define you. Those moments when you want to quit, when you want to throw your hands up and say, I can't do this anymore. That's exactly when you have to keep pushing. Because this stuff isn't for the weak. If you want to make it, you've got to keep going, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Long nights, constant setbacks, and failures are part of the deal. You're going to put in hours of work and see no return. You're going to drop a track and think it's your best work, and it'll get lost in the sea of content that floods the internet every damn day. But here's the thing. Every setback, every failure, every sleepless night is part of the process. If you're not putting in the hours, if you're not experiencing the grind, then you're not doing it right. Because nothing good comes easy. Nothing. The struggle, the pain, the exhaustion, it's all part of what makes you strong. And if you want to be successful, you have to embrace that. And don't think you're just going to figure it out in a few months or even a year. This grind takes years. You're going to be putting in work when no one is watching. You're going to be in the studio, writing, recording, making content, grinding your ass off, and getting nothing in return. You're going to feel like you're invisible, like no one sees you. But let me tell you something. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, or if you're discouraged, or if you're ready to give up. It doesn't stop because you want it to. It keeps going, and you have to keep going with it. The key to surviving this grind is turning that pain, that exhaustion, that frustration into motivation. Every time you get knocked down, every time you feel like giving up, that's when you need to dig deep and get the heck up again. Use that pain, use that exhaustion, use that frustration to fuel your next move. When you're tired, keep going. When you're broke, keep going. When you're getting ignored, keep going. Every no is just one step closer to a yes. Every failure is just another lesson. If you're not falling, if you're not getting knocked down, you're not doing enough. The grind isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard, really hard. That's how you know you're doing it right. You have to keep moving forward no matter what. Even if it feels like you're taking 2 steps back for every step forward, that's part of it. There's no such thing as overnight success. There's only years of hard work, of getting back up after every fall, and of pushing through the pain until you finally break through. So here's the deal. Stop expecting it to be easy. Stop looking for shortcuts. There are no easy routes in this game. You want success? You want to make it? Then you better be prepared to fight. You better be prepared to put in hours, to face rejection, to deal with setbacks, and to never stop pushing forward. The grind is relentless, but that's exactly what makes the reward worth it. So when you're tired, when you're feeling like giving up, remember this. The only way to lose is to stop. As long as you keep pushing, you're still in the game. Embrace the chaos, own the grind, and turn every setback into your fuel to keep moving forward. Chapter 6. Building a real brand, not just a following. Here's the cold hard truth. Social media is just the surface. It's the window dressing, the mask you put on for the world to see. But behind all those posts, likes, and comments, there's something deeper you need to build, a real brand. You can't just rely on social media clout to get you through the door. It's not enough to have a couple thousand followers or a viral moment. A real brand goes deeper. It's something people connect with, something they believe in. And if you don't have that, you're just another flash in the pan. Building a real brand around your music isn't just about posting flashy pictures or funny memes to get attention. It's about creating something that stands the test of time, something that's bigger than just you and your songs. It's about defining who you are as an artist and making sure that's reflected in everything you do, from your music to your visuals to your interactions with your fans. Your brand isn't just what you put on social media. It's your identity, your message, your vibe. It's how you make people feel. So ask yourself, what do you stand for? What's your message? What makes you different from all the other artists out there? The truth is, no one cares about your music if they don't care about who you are as a person. If your audience doesn't connect with you, with your vibe, with what you represent, they'll forget about you the second they move on to the next artist. And believe me, they will. Creating an identity that resonates with your audience is how you build something that lasts. It's about being real, raw, and authentic, about showing the world who you really are, not just the polished version of you that looks good for the gram. People aren't just following your music, they're following you. They want to know who you are behind the mic. They want to know what you stand for. They want to see the struggle, the growth, the journey. When you open up and let your fans in on your life, your story, and your experiences, they'll feel more connected to you than just a random person putting out music. But here's the kicker. You can't fake it. You can't pretend to be something you're not just to get followers or likes. The second you start playing a role, people will see through it. Authenticity is everything. If you're pretending to be something you're not, your audience will sense that, and you'll lose their respect. Real talk, people can smell a fake from a mile away. So stop trying to be what you think people want you to be. Be you. Whether that's raw and real or something else entirely. As long as it's true to who you are, your fans will connect with it. Connecting with your fans on a deeper level is the key to creating a lasting brand. Your music might get them in the door, but it's your personality, your values, and your message that will keep them coming back. You need to be approachable. You need to engage with your audience, not just as a performer, but as a person. Respond to comments, answer DMs, let them in on your process, your struggles, your wins. Show them that behind the music, you're just a real person trying to figure it out. People don't just follow artists, they follow people who make them feel something. They follow those who inspire them, who resonate with them on a deeper level than just a beat or a hook. Why is your brand just as important as your music? Because your brand is what sells you. It's how you make people care about your music in the first place. Without a brand, you're just another voice in a sea of noise. Without an identity, your music has no meaning. But when you have a solid brand, something people can connect to, something they can believe in, that's when your music becomes more than just a track. It becomes part of something bigger. It becomes part of a movement, and that's how you stand out from the thousands of other artists grinding just like you. If you're not building your brand alongside your music, you're missing the point. The industry isn't just about how good your tracks are, it's about how you present yourself, how you connect with your audience, and how you make them feel. So get your act together and start thinking about the bigger picture. Start thinking about your legacy, your identity, and what you want to stand for. If you want to be more than just another rapper or singer in the game, you better start building a real brand. Your brand is everything. Don't just focus on making music, focus on making an impact. Make people believe in your story, your struggle, your rise. Build a brand that speaks louder than your songs ever could. Because when you do, you'll have a fan base that follows you no matter what. And that's how you survive in this game. Chapter 7. Handling rejection, criticism, and the fucking haters. Let's talk about something that's a guaranteed part of this journey. Rejection, criticism, and the fucking haters. If you're in this game long enough, you'll face all three. And if you're not prepared for it, it'll crush your spirit faster than anything else. The reality is, people are going to shit on you. People are going to tell you your music's trash, your look's off, and that you'll never make it. And guess what? It's going to sting like a motherfucker. But here's the thing. You can't let that shit break you. First off, let me make this clear. Negative feedback is part of the process. It doesn't matter how good you are, someone will always have something to say. The key is learning how to take that criticism without letting it crush your spirit. Don't let it define you. You need to have thick skin in this game. People will try to tear you down, and if you're not mentally prepared for it, you'll be knocked off course. But here's the secret. Use that stuff as fuel. When someone tells you your track sucks, instead of getting upset, get better. When they tell you your style is whack, step up your game and show them why you're the one they're sleeping on. The criticism? It's just noise. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't let a few people's opinions make you question everything you're working for. At the end of the day, everyone's got their own perspective, and most of the time, it's just that, their perspective. Some of it might be constructive, some of it will be total bullshit. But it's your job to filter out the noise and listen to what's useful. If someone's giving you real feedback, take it, process it, and use it to grow. But if they're just talking to talk, ignore them and keep moving. Now, let's talk about the haters. You know who they are. The ones who'll come at you for no reason other than they're mad that you're chasing your dream and they're stuck in their miserable little lives. These people will talk bad about you, they'll try to knock you down, and they'll laugh when you stumble. But here's the truth. The haters are the ones who actually show you that you're doing something right. They're mad because they see something in you that they'll never have, the courage to chase what they never had the guts to go after. So, how do you deal with them? Simple. Don't. Don't waste your time or energy on people who are already beneath you. Let them talk their stuff, because every time they do, you're just getting closer to your goal. The more they hate, the more you're proving them wrong. The more they talk down on you, the bigger your success will be when you rise above it. Let them waste their energy hating on you while you focus on the grind and keep pushing forward. Rejection is the key to success, whether you want to believe it or not. Every no is just one step closer to a yes. Every rejection, every closed door, every opportunity that slips through your fingers is just another chance to build resilience. Rejection teaches you to be relentless. It teaches you how to keep pushing, how to stay hungry, and how to get up every time you're knocked down. If you can't handle rejection, you're not built for this. Because the truth is, in this game, you'll face rejection more than anything else. But those who succeed are the ones who embrace it, who keep grinding no matter how many doors get slammed in their face. And let's get real for a minute. When everyone else is doubting you, that's when you have to dig the deepest. It's easy to stay focused when everything is going right. But when the world starts to question you, when your friends turn their backs, when your fans forget about you, that's when you have to stay grounded and keep your eyes on the prize. That's when you have to remember why you started this in the first place. You have to remind yourself that it's not about them. It's about you. It's about the vision you have for your future and the hustle you're willing to put in to make it happen. The key to staying grounded when everyone else is doubting you is simple: self-belief. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. When the world tells you you can't, you have to look in the mirror and say, "Watch me." When they say you're not good enough, show them you're more than enough. This journey is yours and yours alone. No one's going to hand you anything. But if you stay focused, stay hungry, and keep grinding, you'll see those haters and doubters start to disappear in your rearview mirror as you blow past them on your way to the top. Rejection, criticism, and haters are all part of the game. You can't avoid them, and you sure as heck can't let them stop you. The only way you're going to make it in this industry is by accepting that they're coming and using that to fuel your fire. Don't let it crush your spirit. Don't let it slow you down. Use it to push harder, grind longer, and prove everyone wrong. So when they doubt you, when they talk bad about you, when they try to tear you down, remember this: you're exactly where you need to be. Keep going, keep grinding, and let them watch you rise. Chapter 8: Learning to Invest in Yourself. Listen up. The reality is, you've got to spend money to make money. You can't just sit around dropping tracks and expecting everything to fall into place. If you want to level up, if you want to make it out here, you've got to start investing in your career like a business. There's no way around it. Talent alone won't cut it. You've got to be ready to put your money where your mouth is and take the risk. The first thing you need to realize is that investing in your career isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you're serious about this, you've got to be willing to put the cash down to make it happen. Whether it's for studio time, equipment, marketing, or paying for a dope music video, if you're not putting money into your craft, you're just spinning your wheels. And if you think you can make it without spending a dime, then you might as well quit now, because the grind's not for you. You want to build something real? You've got to be prepared to invest. Straight up. But here's the key. You don't need to blow all your cash in one shot. Smart investments are the name of the game. You've got to be strategic. You don't need the flashiest studio gear or the most expensive designer clothes. Focus on what actually moves the needle for your career. For example, do you need a solid, high-quality mic? Hell yes. Do you need a killer producer who knows how to bring your sound to life? Definitely. But don't waste money on things that don't make sense for where you're at. Keep it real and know where to put your resources. Prioritize what's going to help you grow and put you in the best position to succeed. One of the smartest investments you can make: building a team. Stop trying to do everything yourself. You can't wear all the hats, no matter how much you think you can. You need help. You need people who specialize in what you don't. Whether that's a manager who knows how to handle your business deals, a publicist who can get your name out there, or someone to help with your branding and marketing. You can't do it all on your own, no matter how much hustle you've got. Build a squad of people who believe in you and have the skills to take your career to the next level. It's not about being a lone wolf. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people who can elevate your game. And when it comes to building your team, remember this: the right people will cost you. But here's the thing. If you're serious about making this career happen, you've got to be willing to pay for the best. Don't cheap out when it comes to the people who are handling your business, your brand, your marketing, or your production. Quality over everything. You get what you pay for, and if you want to make it big, you can't afford to settle for the bare minimum. Make the investment and trust that it will pay off in the long run. Now let's talk about the most important investments you'll make: quality production, marketing, and promotion. Don't even think about skipping these. You can't put out garbage and expect to get noticed. Your music has to sound, well, amazing. You need high-quality production, good beats, good mixing, good mastering. If your music sounds not so good, no one's going to want to listen. You're not just making music, you're creating a product. And if you want people to buy into that product, it has to be top-notch. So stop cutting corners. Pay for good production. It's the foundation of your whole career. And here's the thing about marketing and promotion. If you're not spending money to get your music out there, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You could have the hottest track in the world, but if no one hears it, it's worthless. Marketing is how you make sure your audience knows you exist. Promotion is how you get your music in front of the right people. You can't just post on Instagram and hope for the best. You need a solid strategy. Whether it's paying for ads, getting featured on blogs, reaching out to influencers, or building a consistent online presence, you need to be everywhere. Your music needs to be heard, and that takes money, time, and effort. So here's the bottom line. You have to invest in yourself. You have to spend money to make money, but be smart about it. Invest in the right people, the right tools, and the right promotion. Don't be afraid to spend money, just make sure you're spending it wisely. Quality production, smart marketing, and building a team are the keys to making it in this game. Don't cut corners, don't half-do it. Put your money where it counts, and watch your career take off. If you're not investing in yourself, then you're just playing around. This stuff is real, and if you want to make it, you need to act like it. Start spending, start investing, and start building your future. The hustle's not going to stop for you, so don't stop investing in your success. Chapter 9, the social media maze. Don't let it mess with your head. Let's get this straight. Social media will mess with your head if you let it. It'll have you questioning everything about yourself, your music, and your worth. You'll start comparing your progress to others, feeling like you're not doing enough, or that you're not getting the love you deserve. But here's the truth. Social media is a tool, not the whole game. If you let it consume you, if you let it dictate your success, then you're setting yourself up for a mental breakdown. The pressure is real, but it's all nonsense if you don't play the game the right way. First, let's talk about using social media to your advantage without losing your mind. It's easy to get caught up in the like game, the constant need for validation, the thirst for followers, the obsession with numbers. But the real question is that what really matters? Social media can be a great tool to promote your music, connect with fans, and build your brand, but it can't be your only measuring stick for success. Stop thinking that the number of likes or followers defines your worth as an artist. It doesn't. You need to focus on what really matters: your art, your message, and the people who actually support you. Don't get caught in the trap of thinking that a high follower count equals success. It doesn't. Some of the most successful artists have small, loyal followings. It's about engagement, not numbers. Build a real community, not just a number of followers who like a picture every once in a while. Use social media to connect with your fans, not to get validation from strangers. And when you feel like you're getting lost in the noise, take a break, put your phone down, focus on what's important. Now, let's talk about the pressure to be perfect online. Everyone out here is putting up a perfect version of themselves. The flawless selfies, the constant hustle posts, the perfectly curated feed. And it's all a trap. Perfection is a myth. You don't need to look like you've got it all together. You don't need to post a picture-perfect life to get attention. The reality is that perfection isn't relatable. It's fake, and people can see through it. The pressure to constantly be online will mess with your head if you let it. You're not perfect, and neither is anyone else. Stop trying to live up to some unattainable standard. Social media is a highlight reel, and it's easy to forget that everyone's just showing you what they want you to see. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. That's not real life. You don't need to look perfect or live the perfect lifestyle to succeed. You just need to be authentic. And speaking of authenticity, let's get into the importance of it over perfection. Authenticity will take you further than perfection ever will. People want to connect with the real you, not some polished fake version. The more authentic you are, the more people will resonate with your music and your brand. So drop the act. Stop pretending to be someone you're not. Be real. Be raw. Be unfiltered. Let your audience see the real messy parts of your journey, the struggles, the failures, the doubts. That's where the true connection happens. The more vulnerable you are, the more people will respect you. The more real you are, the more they'll want to support you. That's what social media is about, creating real, meaningful connections. It's not about selling a dream or living up to some fake standard. It's about showing people who you really are. And trust me, your fans will appreciate that more than any perfectly curated post. Now let's talk about managing burnout and maintaining mental health in this digital age. The pressure of constantly being online, constantly creating, constantly posting, it's draining. It will wear you down faster than any studio session or performance. The constant comparison, the feedback from strangers, the hustle mentality that tells you to never stop, it's a trap. And if you're not careful, it'll eat you alive. You have to protect your mental health. Social media isn't everything, and your worth isn't defined by your followers or the number of likes you get. Take breaks. Don't be afraid to unplug. Remember that your peace of mind is more important than any post. If you're feeling overwhelmed, shut it down. Focus on your music. Focus on yourself. And when you come back with purpose, not just to chase numbers. Your mind is your most valuable tool in this game. And if it's not in the right place, everything else will fall apart. So here's the deal. Social media is just a tool. It's not your life. Use it to connect, promote, and build your brand. But don't let it mess with your head. Don't fall into the trap of perfection, comparison, or constant validation. Be real, be authentic, and don't let the pressure of the digital world consume you. It's all about balance. Manage your mental health, stay grounded, and focus on the bigger picture. The hustle never stops, but you have to take care of yourself too. Chapter 10, Your Network is Your Net Worth. Here's the hard truth. Your network is your net worth, straight up. It's not just about how good you are on the mic or how fire your tracks are. It's about who you know. In this game, relationships matter more than you think. If you're not building connections, if you're not networking, you're messing up. You need to be out there, shaking hands, making deals, and surrounding yourself with the right people, because talent can only take you so far. It's your network that's going to push you across the finish line. First, let's talk about building relationships with other artists, producers, and industry insiders. This isn't just about getting a favor or hitting someone up when you need something. This is about creating genuine, lasting connections. You want to build relationships that go beyond the surface level. It's not just about the, hey, let's collab stuff. You need to genuinely get to know the people in your circle. Other artists, producers, engineers, managers, and the insiders who move the needle in the industry. Every person you meet is a potential ally, and every conversation is an opportunity to learn and grow. The importance of networking cannot be overstated. This isn't about trying to be the coolest person in the room or showing off your social media clout. This is about finding people who believe in your vision, who are as hungry as you are, and who can help you take things to the next level. When you connect with the right people, they'll see your grind, your hustle, and they'll want to be part of that. Whether it's sharing tips, helping you get a gig, or connecting you with the right producers or promoters, your network is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But here's the key. It's not just about taking, it's about giving too. Relationships go both ways. You need to offer value. Be someone people want to work with, someone who's putting in just as much work as they are. Don't just be a taker. Show up for others, support their projects, help them out. When you build genuine connections and offer support without expecting something in return, that's when the real stuff happens. People remember who was there for them when the grind was real. So make sure you're offering value, not just trying to get something out of every conversation. Collaboration is often the key to your next big break. Stop thinking you have to do everything by yourself. It's a team game. You need to be out there working with other artists, producers, and creators who can bring something new to the table. Collaboration opens doors you didn't even know existed. It's not just about getting on someone else's track. It's about learning from them, pushing each other, and creating something bigger than what you could do alone. When you collaborate with the right people, the vibe changes. You'll create something that resonates harder, that gets more attention, and that connects with a broader audience. The truth is, a lot of the time, your next big opportunity is waiting behind the door of a collaboration. You never know who you'll meet, what opportunities will come from working together, or how that connection could lead to your next big break. Maybe you link up with a producer who has the connections to get your track placed in a big commercial. Maybe you collaborate with another artist whose fan base overlaps with yours, helping you reach a whole new crowd. The possibilities are endless when you stop trying to do everything solo and start working with people who can elevate your game. And here's the other truth. You can't do it alone. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can build everything by yourself. Even the biggest artists have teams behind them. Producers, managers, engineers, graphic designers, publicists, and a whole army working to push their career forward. You need that too. So stop being afraid to ask for help. Stop trying to be the one-man show. Get your team together, build your network, and start leveraging those relationships to get ahead. The bottom line, your network is your net worth. Get out there, build those relationships, collaborate with other artists, and learn from those who've been in the game longer than you. Stop trying to do it alone, and start using your network to move the needle forward. Because in this industry, who you know matters just as much as what you know. Don't waste the chance to connect. Chapter 11. The Truth About Making It. Let me drop a hard truth on you. Making it isn't about fame or money. It's about sustainability. That's the cold, hard truth. All these people out here obsessed with getting a deal, going viral, or getting the bag, they're chasing the wrong thing. Because real success, the kind that matters and the kind that actually lasts, is about building a career that can survive the test of time. If you think making it is about hitting a peak and then chilling, you've already lost. It's about staying relevant, staying consistent, and building something solid that doesn't crumble when the trends change or when the industry decides to move on to the next hot thing. Success looks nothing like what you see on Instagram or in the headlines. It's not the flashy lifestyle, the sold-out shows, or the Lambos and jewelry. Sure, that stuff's nice, but it's temporary. What happens when the spotlight fades? What happens when the streams drop and your followers move on to the next big thing? The grind never stops, and that's what most people don't understand. Real success is building a career that's not dependent on the next viral moment or the next wave of trends. It's about building a foundation so strong that no matter what happens, you'll still be standing. When you're out here grinding, putting in the work day after day, you're building something that lasts. You're not just making a hit track, you're creating a legacy. And that doesn't happen overnight. It takes years of hustling, learning, failing, and getting back up again. The grind doesn't end when you land that big deal or get a record to blow up. It only evolves. Even when you make it, you'll have to keep working just as hard, if not harder. The moment you stop grinding is the moment you get left behind. There's no arriving in this game. There's only more work, more hustle, more push. So let's get real about this. Making it is about staying in the game long enough to see results that are consistent and sustainable. It's not about one big moment. It's about the long-term hustle. The grind doesn't end when you get 1 million followers or land a deal with a major label. If anything, that's just the beginning of a new set of challenges. You've got to keep pushing every single day. The grind is your life now, and if you're not ready to continue that hustle after making it, you'll be gone just as quick as you arrived. And here's the thing about defining your own version of success. Don't let anyone else tell you what success looks like for you. Forget what everyone else is doing. Success isn't about hitting the charts or going on a world tour. It's about building something that makes sense for you. Maybe it's being able to pay your bills doing what you love. Maybe it's having enough control over your career to not have to answer to anyone. Maybe it's connecting with your fans on a deeper level or creating music that matters. Whatever it is, don't let the industry or the internet tell you what success should look like. Define that for yourself. When you start defining success on your own terms, you can see the real wins because the truth is, you'll always be hustling for something. And that something doesn't always come with a gold chain or a sold-out show. Sometimes it's about seeing your growth, your progress, and knowing that you've built something you can be proud of. So forget the illusion of making it based on what the world tells you. Real success isn't about fame, it's about longevity. It's about creating a career that sustains you for the long haul, no matter how the game changes. The grind never ends, so get used to it and define success on your own terms, because in the end, only you can say when you've made it. Closing. Look, here's the deal. This journey, it's not for the weak. It's not for the people who want instant results or quick fame. It's for the ones who are willing to put in the work day after day, no matter how hard it gets. You'll face rejection, you'll get knocked down, and you'll wonder if it's all worth it. But if you're built for this, you'll get up every time, keep grinding, and keep pushing forward. There's no overnight success. No one's going to hand you anything. But if you're ready to invest in yourself, build your brand, and keep hustling even when no one's watching, then you've got a shot. Keep your head down, stay focused on the long game, and remember that this grind never stops. Success isn't a destination. It's the relentless pursuit of your vision, no matter how many obstacles come your way. So keep pushing, keep learning, and keep evolving. Your network, your brand, and your work ethic will get you where you need to go. And when the world starts to recognize your hustle, you'll know you earned every step of the way. Stay real, stay hungry, and never stop grinding. Because this game, it's yours for the taking, if you've got the heart to go after it. Now go out there and show them what you're made of. Closing. And that's a wrap. If you've made it this far, you've already got the hunger, the drive, and the mindset to make it in this game. But remember, this is just the beginning. The road ahead won't be easy. You'll hit bumps, face setbacks, and feel like quitting more times than you'd like to admit. But it's not about avoiding those moments. It's about pushing through them, learning from them, and using them to fuel your hustle. Keep building, keep grinding, and don't forget why you started in the first place. The world doesn't owe you anything, but if you're willing to put in the work and stay true to your vision, success will be yours for the taking. It's about more than just the music. It's about the legacy you're creating, the impact you're making, and the person you're becoming along the way. So get out there, show the world what you're made of, and never stop chasing your dream. The grind never stops, and neither should you. Stay hungry, stay real, and above all, stay relentless. This is just the start.
Oh, marvelous!